Hey all, this is Paddy O Keyes here in Dublin, and down here near the beach in Dublin, by the way. And hey, I'm sitting here waiting for Rick Keyes and Dr. Keyes. I guess I got to go pick them up at the airport here in Dublin. So there'll be a while. So you can see we are in Dublin with the Shamrocks. And what else is going on? Oh, that's well, one of the reasons that Dr. Keyes is coming with Rick Keyes because he's. I sent Rick Keyes a full size wall hanging of what It Keys look like right now. And if you don't remember, It Keys is a binary. I forget what he was. Wasn't sure if he was a human being, insect, or alien from outer space. We haven't seen it in a while. He's been over here. Well, you guys haven't seen it in a while. He's been over here with me. But he was came over here because What Keys, remember What Keys? There's What Keys up there. So What Keys came over because he got hooked on that same Bud Light that It Keys got hooked on. But as you can see, looks like What Keys has decided to toss out the last remnants of that Bud Light. He's giving up on Bud Light. And if you didn't know that What Keys is also a binary, I think confused if it's a bird, a plane, or insect. So What Keys, but at least what is off the Bud Light, thankfully. And okay, so you know you're in Ireland, but that's our national flag. And what else? Oh, I just got a joke, by the way. Do you know why the Irish can never become attorneys? They can't pass the bar. Anyway, so over here, what do we got going? So here's what's going on before I get to the music. And I do have some cool music going on. So Rick Keyes actually sent me It Keys original earring. So this is what has happened to It Keys. It Keys went on this Irish diet with this lady called Lassie O'Lee. And I think, and I think Dr. Keyes thinks that It Keys has probably lost too much weight. So that's why Dr. Keyes is coming with Rick Keyes. Rick Keyes coming because he's all messed up because he went to 3 live blues shows in 1 week. So he's still suffering and on some sort of THC IV. That's what I've heard. But anyway, so here's what happened. So remember, what originally It Keys was hooked on that Bud Light that they found in Oside, California, some time ago, and they sent It Keys to me, and I helped break it of that bad Bud Light habit. And so he was back there for a while, and then he heard that What Keys, remember What Keys? So What Keys got hooked on that same Bud Light and was having a lot of problems. So It Keys, being the nice person that he, or nice something that he was, It Keys came back and has been staying with me. I haven't really been paying too much attention to it. He kind of does his own thing, but I did notice recently that looks like he had lost some weight. So this is It Keys, but he had left a lot of his stuff with Rick Keyes in Oside, California. So anyway, Rick sent one of the pairs of earrings that It Keys had forgotten. Oside, California. And anyway, so that's what's happening. So Dr. Keyes coming out, and he's trying to find this Lassie O'Lee lady. And I told Lassie O'Lee that Dr. Keyes and Rick Keyes were coming out here, going to give her a stern talking to. So she's kind of been hiding out. So that Lassie O'Lee is actually I don't know, leprechaun. I think It Keys thought he was a leprechaun. That was the other thing that It Keys was. He was a leprechaun, a human being. So anyway, that Lassie O'Lee, she knows Rick Keyes is coming. He's got quite a temper. So she's hiding from Rick Keyes. And then what else here? Oh, you guys remember Rick Keyes said he had some incidents with a pink truck in Oside, California. And I guess it flamingos, wikis, the whole thing, murder, decapitation. It was getting pretty nasty there in Oceanside. I'm glad I got out of there. Speaking of decapitations, I'm glad I'm getting out of Oceanside. This time of year, so anyway, finish that story. They have one in Ireland, by the way, too. Same thing, same truck almost. So that's there, and I got it. As I said, I'm going to go pick up Dr. Keyes and Rick Keyes, and we're going to see if we can help out old Keyes up there. Oh, by the way, I didn't know if you haven't seen me in a while, because I've been kind of hiding out here in Dublin because of. There's a character that's a member of our family that he only comes out this time of year in October. Kind of close to Halloween. His name's Dark Keyes, and he's a son of a bitch. Him and an evil elf captured me, and they held me hostage for a while. I broke loose and was fortunate in that, but he did, do some damage to me mentally. So you can see I'm still not totally normal from that traumatic experience. I guess I have PTSD also from that event. So anyway, that's what's happening. And so in case you didn't see, so Rick did send out my shirt that I forgot there when I left in a haste, trying to get away from Dark Keyes because he's always chasing me for some reason. I'm glad I'm not there. I don't know who's going to be in charge in Oceanside, California, because it's just Reverend Keyes left. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, I am here in Dublin, and that is a city in a country called Ireland. So let's see what we got. Since we are in Ireland, I'm going to be playing some music from here. It's called Irish Folk Festival, and it's got quite a few of the Ireland's stars, the Dubliners. I have their music. Enya. There's a Paddy O'Reilly on there. Look at that. See that all the way in the bottom? Paddy O'Reilly. Never heard of him, but listen to him. All right. This one it is definitely Irish. The Irish Rovers. And you guys remember this song, The Unicorn? It was a cool song. Okay. All right. What else we got here? Hey, you know what, Keyes? You can drop that can at any time. I think it's stuck between his feathers somehow or another. This one I found. Well, I didn't find it. Rick Keyes found it when he was in probably at SeaWorld because they have a lot of these cool CDs. I guess they don't have CDs anymore. They got cool little downloads. All right. So anyway, this was Putmayo Presents Celtic Tides, a musical odyssey of Ireland. The wee land of the leprechauns. Speaking of leprechauns, no, we weren't, but Crazy Crow, you may think sometimes Rick Keyes or even me are a little wacky, but Crazy Crow is actually a group in Dublin that Rick Keyes and I really love. I got a couple of their CDs. I think they got a new one that they need to get to me. But Crazy Crow, moving on. So you're going to hear some music from that. And here's another one of theirs, Crazy Crow. So if you live in Dublin like I do, look up Crazy Crow and you can listen to more of their music. And I'm sure they're probably the most famous band in Ireland at the moment. So get your tickets. Speaking of a famous Irishman, we weren't, but it's a good segue. Isn't a segue like a little thing you drive around at the mall? Okay, so Rory Gallagher. Great artist. Died way too soon. Okay, so speaking of dying too soon, so hopefully we get Dr. Keyes over here soon because I don't know how much longer Keyes can last in that condition. But anyway, so I asked Reverend Keyes in Oceanside, California, to pray for the whole situation here in Dublin, as we have Father O Keyes. He's actually a Catholic priest. Father O Keyes. He's saying prayers for Oceanside. So stay tuned. Rick Keyes Music Caravan, hosted by by Paddy O Keyes here in Dublin with some of the Keyes family members. We got What Keys up there, and we got It Keys. So stay tuned. You know how to listen. Go to Rick Keyes Music Caravan on YouTube. Subscribe. There's a bell. You clang that bell, and then there's a thumb. You press that. That helps spread the good news of Rick Keyes and his whole family to the entire world, from ocean to ocean, sea to sea, river to river. And then what else? There's a like, dislike, of course. If you dislike it, don't put anything. Thank you. Okay, now last, and you can also follow Rick Keyes Music Caravan. That's how you spell it. Keyes. You can find it on Facebook or Meta Facebook and Twitter X. So stay tuned. Rick Keyes Music Caravan coming up with lots of great music for me, for me lassies and me laddies. So stay tuned and grab a Guinness and grab an Irish girl while you're at it. Okay. End stream. Don't do this to me. What are you doing? Cancel. I think we had a wee bit of a technical difficulty here in Dublin, but hopefully I've got it fixed now. So toodles.